Hi, this is EnlightenmentANAVRIN. I'm here with a comic book haul from some comics I got from a local comic book store that happens to be going out of business temporarily, but they will be back. We're going to start this off with the Marvel Han Solo, Star Wars Han Solo comics. I got the fifth one. I actually somehow missed the fourth one, so I have 1, 2, 3, and 5. This is a really good story about Han and Chewie going on these crazy adventures. They're going into this space race. It's kind of like a pod race, but it's with like the best of the best pilots around the galaxy, and everybody thinks that they're not worthy enough because they're just smugglers, and smugglers are not part of this high class pinky up type race. So Han decides to join it, or he gets forced to join it by Princess Leia, because there's something valuable if you win the race, that they need it for whatever. But he's like, politics, whatever, I'm just gonna do what I usually do. And then he just drags Chewie along with him. So he ends up having all the bounty hunters come after him also whenever they go to different planets to fuel up, which is unexpected because you're already going to die in the race anyway, because the race has so many traps and everything in it that it's kind of meant to kill off most of the players. So if anybody's still alive in this, they're doing really, really good. But I would highly recommend this as far as a random story about Han that's not really canon to anything. You take it or leave it. It's cool. If you don't read it, you're not really missing out. Next one I have is The Crow, Flesh and Blood. This is the story of the woman crow. She's part of the Crow Nation. She was murdered with her, along with her unborn child, because she was pregnant, so that's why she comes back as the vengeful woman crow. This one's actually not illustrated by James O'Barr, but it's still pretty cool. It's still his story. He still has the rights to it, kind of like The Crow Dead Time, which is another story that he didn't illustrate. But there we go. This is all of them together. I have all of them separate also, this is what they look like separately. Got 1, 2, 3. But I think this is actually a first edition of the compilation of them, because it says 2004 first edition. So I have here are Star Wars. This is Dark Horse. This is actually volume 2, 3, and 4 of. Volume 2 is From the Ruins of Alderaan, and Volume 3 is Rebel Girl, and Volume 4 is A Shattered Hope. This is a story. I haven't read it yet. There's a lot of stories in various expanded universe comic books that are of Star Wars that are like Star Wars Empire, how it's a whole bunch of mini stories about what happened to Alderaan since it blew up, what happened to the rest of the preservation of it, like flora and fauna from the planet. Princess Leia is still the princess, or whatever, I guess, now, since she's just kind of helping the rebels do everything. But I think this will be really cool, trying to read what exactly happened. It's got a good art style too, plus it's going to have Boba Fett and Bossk in it, and Bossk is one of my favorite characters, so that's kind of the other thing that ended up selling it. But I'm looking really forward to reading this one, even though I don't have Volume 1. I can always buy them off of mycomicshop.com, like I usually do. Next one I have is Street Fighter. This is Volume 1. It's probably based off of the anime or Americanized cartoon series of, it looks like, Street Fighter Alpha. So it's basically Ken and Ryu trying to find who killed their master, with Chun-Li's help, since she's a police officer, and who ended up killing also her father, which was pretty much all boils down to M. Bison and the whole Shadaloo guys, which are all in it because they're just evil. I don't know what all's going on in this, but we will find out. I've never read any of the Street Fighter series. Last but not least, this is Dark Horse Prometheus. I've seen the movie. I'm a fan of the Alien series. It says this graphic novel takes place after the Prometheus movie, with what happens at the end of that movie. It left everybody wondering what was going on. Spoiler free on that. It kind of just very cliffhanger-ish. And this is another team and going out to investigate what happened to that team and what they learn and where'd they go and are they alive and everything. But it looks like it has a pretty cool art style. Lots of action-packed stuff going on here. And there's the back. And let me know if you've read any of these, or if you want to see any more videos like this. I'm probably going to do another video on my Shadow Man collection update, since I have a lot more comics of that. And just let me know. Thank you, and come back later.